Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode. I'm your host, Lili, Fifield, and you're watching Somos Uno. Today's special guests are here to help us get informed and inspired in the hopes of putting us one step closer to that American dream. After we shine a spotlight or two, we hope to introduce you to the great people that make up our diverse communities and city. So today we're creating pathways to empowerment and success with self-made entrepreneur Dominique Cancio, owner and founder of Taste Venture Tours, as well as the Vice President of Philanthropy of Latino Community Foundation, Sara Velten. And we also catch up with a friend to the show, Vanessa Ruelas from Twin Cities Realty, bringing us the latest market trends and also the changes in the real estate world with our favorite co-host, Ignacio Ventura. This is Somos Uno. Our first guests are a former chef and avid traveler who started her company, Taste Venture Tours, as a way to create global connections over the dinner table. With her is also owner and founder of Barrio Dogg in Barrio Dogg, giving you that Chicano comfort food. So please welcome Dominique Cancio and Pablo Rios. Dominique and Pablo, thank you very much for being here today. So Dominique, you brought a special guest, but first I want you to talk a little bit about these tours you created. I think it's so interesting and it's so cool because it's for locals, right?
Yeah, it's initially it started with the idea that people that were coming in from out of town, they wanted to see the usual things, Balboa Parks, SeaWorld, the gas
landmarks.
Yeah, which is great. But then, when I brought up Barrio Dogg, they're like, well, what's that?
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, this is where I hang out. This is my neighborhood. I grew up here in South San Diego. And it kind of just snowballed into, with my background in food and everything.
Tell us about your background. You're expert. You're the pro.
So my background, I was cooking for 10 years. Yeah. I just left the kitchen about a year ago, and it's been kind of a fun experience, kind of getting together two of my loves, and kind of integrating that with the community and where I've come from. So
you know how to spot some good food. I can tell you did here. Yes. So how did you find Barrio Doggs?
So I actually, I know Chris, who's actually related to Pablo. We work together. I actually work, once I left the kitchen, I actually moonlight the tours right now, but my full-time job is with Specialty Produce. It's one of the biggest family-owned produce company in San Diego. Yeah, and so that connection happened there, and he's like, hey, this is what they're doing down in Barrio Dogg, and I was like, yes. And so immediately I went down there, I met Pablo. He was just so friendly and warm, and then, the food just spoke for itself. Yeah.
So you've created a tour around these places that you found.
Yeah, so it was places that I was going to and I was already kind of recommending, and then I pretty much thought like, well, if I'm doing this already, maybe just creating a little bit of a structure. Yeah. So the relationships I already had with the neighborhood and the business owners there, I kind of centered around there, and so we're there's a rotating spots. The tour is about 3 hours, so we'll start at one location, and depending the group size and the weather. So sometimes we do stop at and see Pablo. And
I think you better stop there every time I'm looking at these hot dogs, Pablo. And please tell us a little bit about your business, but also please describe what's in front of you because that looks amazing.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. So
thank you for being here.
Barrio Dogg, we started in 2017 in August, so we're a little shy of a year old, but
happy birthday.
Thank you. This is a concept of passion, and it's really celebrating Chicano comfort food through the media of hot dogs.
Yeah.
So
you combine the two.
We combine
American
the two.
staple.
Absolutely, the American staple with those flavors that we're so familiar with. From our hot dogs to our side dishes. even to our location, just really giving people a feel for what the Chicano culture is.
Okay, and what are these hot dogs? I know you have some very specific names. I'm from Tijuana, and I said it's one of these, a TJ style hot dog, which a lot of people don't know what that even means. And I'm like, that just means loaded with all kinds of stuff. So explain us a little bit of what you brought.
So first of all, a lot of people may shy away from hot dogs because of what they think are in them. Or that was one of my conceptions of hot dogs before we started. So all of our hot dogs are 100% Black Angus beef from Brawley, California.
Delicious.
So Brand Farms is a family-owned business. It's a family-owned farm, and they've been antibiotic-free for the last 25 years.
Amazing.
So making sure we're giving a quality product is the top of our priority. The bread that we make is Sonora style.
You make it?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Sonora style. So it's fluffy in texture and a little sweet in flavor, almost like a brioche. What sets us apart as well is that you can bake and wrap any of our hot dogs.
Okay.
Yeah. And then all of our salsas and cremas we make in-house.
Wow.
Today
everything's made from scratch.
Everything from scratch.
No wonder it looks so good.
Yeah, everything's from scratch. We locally source all of our produce, so we wanted to change people's minds about hot dogs.
And you're doing a great job at it so far.
Yeah.
Explain to us what you have here, what you
brought
brought
today. The first one here to my left is El Cholito. El Cholito is TJ style, and it's Cholito spelled with an X,
of course,
which is the native dog of Mexico.
Cholo Escuincle.
The Cholo Escuincle, which is the guard dog of the Aztecs, and it's the mascot for the Tijuana soccer team.
Of course.
So we thought it was a fitting name for our TJ style hot dog, and this one has the works. I mean, it has grilled onions, cheese, sour cream, salsa verde, diced tomato, red onion, jalapeno.
So good.
The works. It'll give you, those real traditional Mexican flavors. In the center, we have El Pueblito. Now, El Pueblito is something that we brought forth to bring back memories of childhood. So this is our chile relleno style dog. So what we do is we take the poblano pepper and we smoke them with hickory and mesquite. And then we saute them.
So you're upgrading it a bit, because I remember that growing up.
We saute them with grilled onions, and then we do a cotija cream sauce on top, aged manchego cheese, crispy fried red onion, and fresh pomegranate.
I can't with all these descriptions. Go do the last one.
The last one. So the samurai, it's our Asian flair. So we make a Korean-style barbecue sauce, and then it has cucumber, jicama, and carrot on top, jalapenos, sriracha. It's a different profile spectrum from the other two.
You got a little bit for everyone there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And those, I know, Dominique, you were telling me, these are like your popular ones, the ones that you like to eat there. I know you also have partnered with some of the breweries locally, which I think is a big thing in San Diego right now. I feel like we're becoming Beer City, you know? Like little by little, we have all these microbreweries. So tell me a little bit about the tour. It takes you to the breweries, it takes you to some restaurants. How does it work?
So I usually meet at Iron Fist, which is right there in the same plaza as Northgate, which is a really great local. I lived down the street with my mom and my sister, back in grade school. So I kind of just have an intro to, this is my neighborhood, this is where I grew up, down the street, and this is where I come and pick up ceviche or
everything is in there.
Yeah, tostadas. So. And what's really nice about Iron Fist is that you just have this beautiful escaping view of the Coronado Bridge, So we kind of start there, and so we do a couple samples. So we kind of just get our palates going with something really refreshing. From there, we'll go to, depending on the brewery, I know Thorn just actually opened up their spot about a year ago, I think. They just celebrated the year. So we start there. And then that's when we start going into the park after that. So we get, a beer or two, and then we start talking a little bit about the history, the culture, the murals.
You get everything in it. And a lot of people don't know how much culture and history is in Barrio Logan. I do. A lot of people don't know this, but it's time they do. I grew up in Logan when I was little. So, and now I'm in Chula Vista, just like you are. So, it's really close to me, too. And a lot of people don't realize all the history, the art. It's not just graffiti. It's telling a story, And I think it's beautiful that you're able to tell that with your business. I think it's great that you can do that and spread the word of these communities that people need to get to know here locally. So thank you so much for being here. Again, tell people where they can find the website if they do want to be part of this.
Yeah, so I just got some August dates up, and it's www.tastetour or tasteventuretours.com. And you can pretty much find that across the board, Facebook, Instagram, and then just reach out if you have any questions, but it's pretty easy. You can sign up through the website, depending on the date you want to sign up for.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for bringing these hot dogs. We can't wait to bite into them. So I can imagine a lot of people will be looking for you guys also. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break and come right back with Sara Velten, Vice President of Philanthropy of the Latino Community Foundation. So don't go anywhere. You're watching Somos Uno.
Introducing S1 Connect by Synergy One Lending, a company committed to making your home buying experience easy and convenient. S1 Connect is the best way to simplifying your home buying experience so that you can get your dream home faster. Whether you're a baby boomer, a millennial, or a luxury home buyer, S1 Connect offers you the opportunity to receive real-time notifications about your home loan so that you're informed every step of the way. Apply for a loan from anywhere. Compare various loan scenarios to help determine which product best fits your needs. Track your home loan progress with real-time notifications. Safely and securely upload loan documents from your mobile device. And have instant access to your loan officer and real estate agent. Basically, we're all about speed, ease, and expertise at Synergy One, so download the S1 Connect app today. To learn more about S1 Connect, visit us at s1lending.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to find out everything we have going on at Synergy One Lending.
Our next guest is the Vice President of Philanthropy at the Latino Community Foundation, who is here to discuss the launch of their San Diego Latino Giving Circle, whose mission is to unleash the power of Latinos in California by investing in Latino-led organizations dedicated to the transformation of their community. So to help us achieve this goal, we want to now invite Sara Velten. Thank you for joining us here today, Sara.
Thank you, Lili. Thank you
So I want to start off by just saying, this organization is so unique, this foundation. I can't believe that it's the only one of its kind, is that right?
Well, we are the only statewide foundation focused on building a pipeline of Latino leaders. And the way we do our work is through 3 different initiatives. So we support Latino-led nonprofit organizations across the state. And we're also building what we call people-powered philanthropy. So this movement of civically engaged Latino philanthropists. So this, the Giving Circles are part of that.
Which is the circles we were talking about. So these circles, how do they work? Is it only in California, or do they have them in other states already?
Well, right now we have 17 here in California.
Okay.
Central Valley, Sacramento, Wine Country, all the way here to San Diego. We're launching San Diego. And it's just California. And the way they work is a group of individuals like you and me that want to support small grassroots Latino nonprofits. So each member puts together, some money, and the money gets together, and the group decides a cause that they want to fund. So, for example, it can be early childhood education, or financial empowerment of women and girls, or civic engagement. And the Latino Community Foundation helps you find those organizations that do the work in the issue that you care about.
Yeah.
And you as a group decide which organization to fund, and the whole amount of money goes to that nonprofit.
So you said San Diego's barely getting started. So this foundation didn't start in San Diego? Where did it start?
We are based in San Francisco, so we're headquartered in San Francisco, but we have grant making across the state.
And you've been expanding?
Yes.
Which is pretty amazing. I saw that you guys also have, some of the groups aren't by region,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
So I saw the tech group, which I thought was really cool, and then you also have the LGBTQ. So how does that work, again, with the Latino community? Sometimes they weren't so open-minded in the past, just be straightforward. And now I feel like, you know, younger Latinos are getting involved and they're trying to get back. And how have you seen the LGBTQ circle? Like, how does that come about?
Well, you know, a couple of questions you threw out there. So first, you know, I think Latinos, we're extremely generous, but maybe the concept of traditional philanthropy and strategic philanthropy is what is not very common for Latinos. So that is why the Giving Circle model is so easy. Because it's social. We get together, there's always food, wine, it's like a big family.
Yeah, a big party.
A big party, yes. And to give back. We are extremely generous. I mean, we have always support, you know, our families, our churches, and now this is a way to learn how to give more strategically. And in terms of the LGBTQ Giving Circle, we love them. I mean, they are one of the most active Giving Circle that we have. And it's so necessary because the issues of the LGBTQ Latino community are very different from the issues that just Latinos have and also the LGBTQ white community. So we found that it was important to have a group of Latino professionals focused on supporting, you know, trans issues, you know, to try to end with the hate narrative that is going to the LGBT community and the Latino community.
I love it. I thought that was great that was one of the part of the groups, even though most of them are regional. I thought that there was certain ones with certain focus.
Yes.
So also another big thing, this forum, the 2018 gubernatorial, the gubernatorial candidates. I can't believe that was the first of its kind. What's happening? Why is this the first?
Well, you know, that third initiative that the Latino Community Foundation has is to increase the civic participation of Latinos in the state.
Okay.
We're 39% of the population in California, and we need to have our voices heard, and we need to participate. So a big, you know, initiative of us is getting Latinos to get involved. From the PTA in school, to running for school board, to running for office, to register to vote.
Exactly,
I mean, we need to register to vote. We need to have our voices heard. So for us, it was important to also, you know, have the candidates address the issues that affect our community. Yeah. So that is why we had them at UCLA in January.
I was shocked that it was the first one. Has this like been attempted before and it wasn't successful, or were you guys just the first ones to take a jab at it?
I think we were the first ones to take a jab at it, and people were very pleased because I think, you know, we do have some elected officials that are Latinos. Actually, you know, a good number, but not enough. Not enough. I mean, if we are 39% of the population, it
needs to be reflected. Yes, of course. I couldn't agree more. I thought that was pretty exciting. And you guys also had, you know, you had all the candidates and you partnered up with a very big network to be able to spread the word. Yes. So has that helped you guys grow after you did that? Have you seen more people get involved? Have the circles been growing?
Definitely. And actually, Amanda Renteria, who ran for governor, she put her candidacy the day after we had our forum. Okay. And she emailed us and she said, I was so inspired to be in that forum that I'm going to run for office.
Wow.
So we do have people taking action. And also right now we're doing a lot of work regarding the census. Okay. So as you know, there is the census coming in 2020, and we want to make sure that every single person, regardless of their immigration status, gets counted. So,
and how are you guys doing this?
Well, you know, we are doing a lot of outreach, a lot of education. We're working with other organizations like NALEO at the national level to, first of all, you know, we're trying to protest about the citizenship question.
Which is the big one to be added, yes.
Yes, and just doing a lot of outreach with our nonprofits and also activating our Giving Circle members to engage in this process.
I honestly think it's amazing. I again, couldn't believe that you guys were the first foundation here in California, and then the first ones to be able to create this forum. I think it's really exciting. You know, we don't get to see a lot of that, and hopefully, like you said, you inspired already one person to run, which is huge. Have you guys seen other people get involved from your circles in politics? Is that something that's not a requirement, but something you look for in the people that come?
We look for civic engagement, and I'm not sure if somebody else running for office, but a lot of people, taking action and, taking a weekend to go and register people to vote, joining nonprofit boards, running for a school board. So different ways to engage with.
And how can people join? How can they be part of the foundation?
Great question. So we are going to be here on August 29 at the San Diego Foundation, and we're launching the San Diego Giving Circle, and everybody's invited. And they can check our website, which is latinocf.org, email us to get more information, and we would love for everybody.
Perfect. We'll provide that website for them. And if they can't make it to the event, of course, you have all the information on your website. I saw it already there, and there's a lot to take in. I found it really interesting. Thank you so much for being with us here today, Sara. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Lili.
And I hope that it just keeps spreading and it keeps growing, because I really love the message you guys have.
Thank you.
Okay, well, a special thank you to Sara Velten. I'm really excited to see the foundation's innovative programs and partnerships just increase the empowerment for Latinos. So stay with us. Right after the break, we do have a special co-host, Ignacio Ventura, with friend of the show, Vanessa, Ruelas, discussing the trends and movement of the real estate world. You won't want to miss this. You're watching Somos Uno.
Welcome back to Somos Uno. Today I have a very special guest. I have Vanessa Ruelas from Weichert Realties, Twin Cities, here at the studio with us.
Thank you for having me back. I'm so thrilled to be here today.
Vanessa, I want to talk a little bit about you and your office, and you have such a great story that we shared last time.
Yeah.
But today there's something that we want to highlight.
Yes.
For our viewers. We want to definitely talk about a program that Weichert is putting together that is helping a lot of the people in your community. We want to share that with us?
Thank you. Weichert Realtors Twin Cities is always looking for opportunities, and most particularly for our Latino community. One of the things that we came across that I think is going to be of great benefit is we have a home buyer's credit program that actually enables the homeowner to have their closing costs paid for. In addition to that, it doesn't raise the interest rate. It doesn't get on to principal. It's not a silent second. It's not something that you have to repay. So you've saved all your money. You've got the down payment, but that lending cost can make the difference from you buying today versus you buying in 2 or 3 years. We now have that solution at Weichert Realtors Twin Cities to be able to assist you in that. So whether you're a janitor at the school, whether you are the crossing guard at the school, if you are admin at the hospital, we have a program that's specifically tailored for you because you are a community hero, because you support the heroes that are out there on the streets, such as law enforcement, military, and doctors. So we've got something for what I like to say, the supporters that really make a difference.
Staff.
Yeah, we really make a difference. So now we have to, look out for that type of group so we can really increase home ownership.
And that's really great because, there's a lot of programs for firefighters, police officers,
Yes,
for teachers,
yes.
but okay, teachers are great. I mean, they spend their day with our kids and they educate them, and they're amazing people.
I think they're saints.
No, they are, absolutely.
Teach the kids.
However, it doesn't just happen, the school day doesn't just happen by
That's
the teacher.
right.
It happens by the janitor that's working at night, coming up, cleaning the bathrooms, cleaning everything, the people in the office, in the back office
right.
that we have no idea that they're involved.
Yes.
We just know of the teacher that's up front because that's our main point of contact as parents with the
That's
school.
right.
But there's a whole scope of people that can actually benefit from this program, like you mentioned.
Yeah, the lunch lady. I mean, who feed our children, to make sure that they're eating well, and to make sure the crossing guard who gets our children across the street safely to school.
The security guard.
That's right. You know, there's so many moving parts to our educational system that I feel we need to focus in on the ones that are actually of that support system.
I definitely agree. I mean, you know, we got to help everybody, not just the, you know, certain,
That's right.
you know, people in the school community. I think we have to help everybody around
Yes.
there. Now, a part of that is you're up in the Temecula area.
Yes, yes. Wonderful wine country. Everybody needs a little wine in their life.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love it up there. You know, we go there all the time. You know, I mean, the community is awesome. But there's a listing that you have that
Yes.
is up there right now that you want to share with us.
Yes. This is one of those few opportunities which we are always daily trying to create. We have a single-story home in the Murrieta district, and as you know, Murrieta has one of the finest school districts in the entire Southern California. So it's a single-story, 3-car garage, pool home, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, in a cul-de-sac. I know, and it gets even better. It gets better.
Good.
There's no HOA. And it's got the lowest tax rates in the city. And you can get this incredibly upgraded home, hardwood floors, farm-style sink, remodeled bathrooms for $448,000.
That's amazing. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, because you're in Temecula,
Yes.
you understand the San Diego County market
Yes.
as well as the Riverside market.
Yes.
So one of the things, I mean, you know, if you recall back, you know, maybe 10, 15 years ago,
Oh, yeah.
there was several people that had a home in North County.
Yes.
And they would sell their home, maybe like a small duplex, 2-bed, 1-bath, and they would take that equity and they would take it up
Yeah.
to Temecula, Murrieta, Riverside County, where they can actually get something very nice,
Yeah,
a
their
lot
dream
more affordable.
home. Yeah, they could get their dream home. I've sold many homes down in Escondido and Vista and Oceanside, and it's wonderful to see somebody in a home for a very long time and they have so much equity and being able to sell that and move up to, you know, a nice, wonderful, safe community. Temecula, Murrieta are the top 10 safest communities in the country.
It is.
And so it's wonderful to see our town grow with quality people. And that's what we, open arms, welcome. Come to Temecula, come to Murrieta. Let us show you the lifestyle difference.
You said something very important. You know, people would take the equity, so they would sell their home in North County,
Yeah.
and then they're gonna end up with some equity.
Yes.
And then so they can actually buy something a lot better, maybe a lot newer, you know, maybe they need more bedrooms, maybe they want that pool, you know,
Yes.
like that house. But one of the products that actually we also have is a reverse mortgage product.
Oh, love that product.
So, you know,
Love
with
it.
that one, you know, I mean, you know, you and I talked about a scenario
Yeah.
where, you know, somebody sells their home, say for, you know, out here, 400, 500,000, and say they have $400,000 into equity.
Yes.
And they want to buy, say, the home that you're listing right now.
Right.
You know, they can put down 50% on
right.
that home and still keep the other half in the bank,
Yes.
get a reverse mortgage, and not have any payments.
Yes,
So I think that's a big part that we need to educate the community,
exactly.
especially the Hispanic community.
Yes.
You know, so that they can understand that you can buy the home, you can actually get into this place where you can still be, as Hispanics, be the man of the house or be the, you know, the matriarch of the home, and live in a home where it's your home.
Yes.
And maybe, like you said, for the first time, have some money in the bank.
Yes. I think one of the things that we as a community need to focus in on, we may have a very important asset, which is our home. And we're sitting on a lot of equity. But you know what? We're still living paycheck to paycheck. We are still debt poor. And how do you be smart about it? How do you take your finances and say, this is a wise move? So every person is unique. Every financial situation has different goals to it. Every family has different needs. But one of the most important things I think that you need to do is you have to have good guidance. And with awesome lenders that you guys are, it really is a great community involvement from the real estate point of view, from the finance point of view, that benefit the Latino community that's sitting on a gold mine, basically. And they're able to, for the first time, walk away from their house, selling it with a lot of equity, buying something beautiful, but most importantly, putting money into the bank.
Creating wealth.
Yeah, creating wealth. You know, creating wealth and letting your equity sitting there is not creating wealth.
No.
It's just sitting there. It's not working for you. You now need to make it work. So you have a mortgage payment that goes away. You now have your, basically rent-free, mortgage-free for the rest of your life.
And you have stability, you have financial, you have some money that you can invest, that you can put for retirement, or help your family members, like we had mentioned, maybe help the kids if they're going to go to college, or whatever the case is. So I think that's a big portion that I think you guys are going to do a great job up in Temecula. And now that, housing prices in San Diego are going through the roof, you guys have a big thing up there where things are affordable.
Yes, and that's the opportunity that's being offered to many San Diegans, is that take that equity, selling at the high point, and taking it and say, how do we make that money work better for my family? For me, it's about putting money in for the next generation for college. I want to see my grandchildren actually get a degree. And how can we do that? This is one of those ways that I can do it through a reverse mortgage. So in saying that, the product is fantastic. The opportunity is right now. It's right now. You've got to be able to have the team underneath you to educate you and help you take the smart steps to wealth success.
We'll definitely talk about reverse funding solutions after the show, but I want to thank you for coming on the show and for sharing your story with us again, and all the great work that you're doing up in the Temecula area. So thank you for coming. I hope it won't be the last time.
I welcome you with open arms up in the wine country.
Will do. Thank you very much for watching today. This is Somos Uno.
Okay, now that we've gotten our daily dose of knowledge, it's time to wrap up this episode of Somos Uno. I want to thank our amazing guests, Dominique Cancio, owner of Taste Venture Tours, and Pablo Rios, owner of Barrio Dogg. Also, Sara Velten from the Latino Community Foundation, and Vanessa Ruelas from Twin Cities Realty. For more content, you can head to our website at somosunotv.com and all of our social media sites. Also, can't get enough of Somos Uno. You can always watch us and you can subscribe on YouTube. Thank you all for watching. I'm Lili Fifield, and don't forget, que no se les olvide, we are one. Somos Uno.